Welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today we are going on another field trip to Thailand, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today we are going to go on a little field trip to Thailand. I was recently very privileged to be able to spend some time in Thailand and had an opportunity to do a little bit of fabric shopping. So let me take you on a bit of an adventure.
Believe it or not, fabric shopping was not my primary intent in traveling to Thailand. It was just a little bit of a bonus side activity. We were there for the Sun and Sand down in Phuket and were so blown away by the hospitality, the kindness, and just the friendly people. It's a beautiful part of the world with a unique culture, unique heritage, and a unique way of living life. The art and the artistry can be a little bit over the top at times, but it is so vastly different than anything in North America or Western Europe that it was just completely inspiring. Everything from the big Buddha down in Phuket to gold statues everywhere, the absolutely giant reclining Buddha in Bangkok, the original historic capital at Ayutthaya with its gorgeous and stunning ruins, and then, of course, the Grand Palace, which felt like the culmination of all of these bits of culture and history that we had seen to this point. As a city, Bangkok is just as frantic and frenetic as you can possibly imagine, and is such a sharp contrast between all the history and culture of Thailand that we had seen and the very most modern of modern cities with, it felt like, more shopping per square kilometer than just about anywhere I had seen in the world. There are high-end shopping malls everywhere in Thailand, and it would be easy to spend a fortune. But one of the things that I was really excited to do was to see Chinatown. And I wasn't actually expecting to shop for fabric. And you can see in this video that Chinatown is bustling with stalls and narrow alleyways and people everywhere. The person I was with, however, said that this wasn't a very busy day. It seemed a little bit quiet to her. So yeah, a little much for my Western sensibility, perhaps, but what an adventure. And then I found some fabric shops. These were just stalls within the market, and the selection just seemed to go on and on and on and on. And I will show you the complete haul at the end of the video, but this just gives you a sense of where all of this fabulous fabric came from. I felt a little bit like a kid in a candy store browsing through the huge selection of colors and fabrics. And like I said, I will show you the haul at a later part in the video. I was thrilled to find the Queen Sirikit Museum of Textiles on the grounds of the Grand Palace in Bangkok while we were visiting. It's a beautiful building with an amazing display of the Queen's gowns, but also her determination to raise the overall standard of living of rural women through textiles and combining textiles with traditional Thai culture and traditions. It's a gorgeous exhibit. There are some beautiful silks available for sale in the gift shop, which were way out of my price range, but were gorgeous. And then some really amazing stamps that captured some of the traditional motifs of Thai weaving and explained their origin and what they symbolized and what they represented. So I'm looking forward to being inspired by those in the future for potential future quilt designs. It was a beautiful exhibit, and as you can see, a cheeky person made a little swap of the orange and blue spools on this display at the opening of the exhibit.
So these are the fabrics I bought in Thailand in the market. These are really typical prints in Thailand. I saw these everywhere, from women's shawls and sarongs. They even had them at temples. If people weren't dressed appropriately, you could rent or borrow a piece of this fabric to tie around your waist as a skirt or to wear over your shoulders to cover your shoulders as was appropriate in a Thai temple. So I saw this everywhere, and I was really pleased to find it in cotton because you can also find it in polyester. And the designs are intricate and beautiful and really reflective of the colors of Thailand. You go into the temples and the gold is everywhere and bright pops of color and jewels. So really excited to have these fabrics, and they open up into a bit of a strange size. It's not the usual 40 inches that fabric in North America is. This is continuing to open up. It's really, really large. So I'm going to guess it's probably 1.5 meters in the end in this. I will say what I'm a tiny bit nervous about is how they come out when I wash them, how much sizing is in them. They feel really nice now, but once I wash them, will they still have the same level of quality? I hope so. We'll see. I have a really interesting idea for these. Believe it or not, I took some photos of the paving stones outside of the Royal Palace in Bangkok, and I think I can make a quilt pattern out of it. And so I bought this gold to be the background or the accent color for these fabrics, and I'm hoping to be able to turn this into a Thai-inspired quilt top. We'll see how that goes. The other pieces I bought, and I haven't opened them yet, but are these pieces that are labeled as batik. And I thought that these brights were gorgeous, and then these were just so sophisticated in their coloring. So I'm going to open them up for the very first time now with you and hope for the best. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. I just think that's so sophisticated. And if it's batik, it should be dyed. And yeah, okay, that's a little disappointing. It's not batik, I don't think, because batiks, in my view, are dyed rather than printed, and that seems printed to me. But the front is beautiful. I'm also, now that I'm feeling it, a little nervous about how thin this might be once the sizing is washed out, but look at that color. It's just so spectacular. And then I have these other two as contrasting or complementary fabrics. They're really dark. It's gorgeous. And I'll be really careful when I wash them too to see how much of the dye comes out, but really, really beautiful, beautiful pieces. And then finally the brights. These are also labeled as batik, but given the experience here, let's see. Let's see. Now I can tell already that it's printed. Oh well, it's still really gorgeous, still really reminiscent of our trip. And look how beautiful that is. And then the pink version of the same. Really stunning. Not sure what to do with these yet. I'm going to wash them and see what I end up with. I don't want to invest a whole ton of time and money if the fabric quality isn't great. But maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe they'll wash up and just be absolutely beautiful. Stay tuned. If the original plan turns into a great project, I'll make a tutorial of it. And then I'll keep you up to date when I come up with what I'm going to do with these pieces. Thanks very much for watching this video on the field trip to Thailand. I'll be sure to update you on the status of the projects, and hopefully the design I have in mind for the fabrics I bought will work out well. If it does, you'll see it as a new tutorial. And if it doesn't, I'll figure out something else to do with the fabric. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to make the most of your fabric bits and pieces.